We continue our conversation now with Republican State Senator Declan O Scanlon. Let's talk about the budget. Much of the budget is all the budget is based on estimates of revenue. In those estimates of revenue is recreational marijuana, which hasn't passed yet. And so if you can write that you're going to make $80 million more in tax revenue, you're able to spend that even if it's not real.
It's true. That is very true, and there's around $80 million, I think, budgeted for between medical. We do right now have a sales tax on medical marijuana, which needs to go away, by the way. It's a medication. We need to start treating it exactly that way, and we don't tax medications. But there's around $80 million or so in the budget this year that includes, I think, $60 million of it or so is
which, by the way, hollows out the argument that it's all about social justice.
There's no question, yes. Look, it's about the money for a lot of people. I think we've said that before. That money ain't going to happen in this coming year, no matter what happens, really. You might get some if you have a vote in May, but not likely.
So the budget right now, as it stands, is a false budget.
Yeah, I mean, let's not suggest that it's that much more false than previous budgets. We have a around $3 to $5 billion structural deficit that this administration has so far ignored. The previous administration was paying attention to those deficits, and thus Governor Christie was advocating further pension and health benefits reforms, which have to happen. And if you do it in a responsible way, you're not going to break the backs of public workers, by the way. Senator Sweeney has his Path to Progress reforms, include pension and health benefits reforms that, again, need to happen. If you don't enact those things and you have a recession in the next 2-3 years, you're facing insolvency, and that will crush the more needy people in our state, and the middle class will be crushed if that happens. Right now, it's interesting. The most progressive folks in New Jersey, the governor and others, should be praying that President Trump is successful with his tax cuts in maintaining this period of economic expansion, and pretty dramatic economic expansion. They need to be praying for the president's success.
It's fascinating you say that. Are you a supporter of Donald Trump?
I am supportive of many of his policies. I have no trouble admitting that the president drives me nuts sometimes when he provokes people unnecessarily. Look, there's times I see a tweet and I'm like, come on, this doesn't help the debate. I have no problem criticizing this president when he deserves it, and he does frequently. But net, the policies that are being put in place, I think we're better off with this president than we would have been with Hillary Clinton. I'll say that even to this day. But I have no problem saying when I disagree with the president. I happen to be a believer that we need to take care of, say, dreamers, kids that were brought to this country of without their own choice.
Well, he said that too. He's
come around.
To other things.
Yeah, he has come around. But the policy's not solved. Is that, as the president says, Democrats in Congress not solving it so they have the issue? That would be disgusting on their part, but there's a certain argument to be made there. Or is it the president's intransigency on some other things that are causing that not to be solved? I'm happy to have those debates. I have no problem disagreeing with this president when he deserves it. I have no problem saying I agree with him when he deserves it. And I'm pretty equal opportunity attacker and supporter that way with this president, with our governor, with Governor Christie and with Governor Murphy. I disagreed with Governor Christie sometimes. I was a champion of his policies when he was right, and he's a friend as well. This governor, we get along, and we're working on some issues together. There's other areas where I have no problem letting he and the public know when I disagree with him, loudly and forcefully.
Well, I didn't mean to veer off into national politics, but I was interested when you brought up Donald Trump, and I think it's an FCC requirement we bring up Donald Trump
exactly.
in every broadcast.
He would be disappointed had we not.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Larry,
Senator Declan O Scanlon from Monmouth County. We're coming right back. Still to come on Jersey Matters, protecting the rights of the LGBTQ community in New Jersey. That's when we come right back.